Good morning, this is teacher Maha عنبتاوي from Al-Banoon Academy. I hope all of you are doing well, and I hope you are taking good care of yourself. So please take care of yourself, and I'm so sorry that we are not going to be at the same place for some while, okay? Today, inshallah, we are going to start with a new unit number 5. So please open your student's book, pages 37-38. A great destination, number 4. Okay, ليش حكيت a great destination؟ a article، تمام؟ great adjective, destination noun. طب ليش حكيت a great destination؟ ليش ما حكيت the great destination أو great destination؟ لأنه destination is a singular، أوكي؟ إذا هي مفرد، تمام؟ لأنها مفرد نحكي لها destination، ونذكرت لأول مرة يعني هي لسه مش معرفة، لما نعرفها مرة ثانية بنحط لها ده، تمام؟ بس destination، great destination. إذا great I'm describing this destination which is great. But before that, who can tell me what's the meaning of destination? Excellent. The place where someone is going or something is being sent or taken. Okay. Now we are going to listen to the audio carefully. Then we are going to discuss and explain each paragraph.
4. Pages 38 and 39. Reading.
Guide to Thailand. Bangkok.
The Grand Palace.
Visitors from all around the world are truly amazed by the beauty and magnificence of the richly decorated buildings of the Grand Palace. Stunning, dazzling, like a dream. It's a must. Comments like these appear repeatedly in online reviews written by visitors from every continent. The palace is one of the sights in Bangkok that every tourist should see. If you only have a little time in the city, make it your first destination.
Okay. We have some spectacular buildings exist all over the world. Some of them, teacher, are modern, and some of them are very ancient. Some have a rich and interesting history. Okay, today, inshallah, we are going to read some pages from a guidebook for Thailand. Okay, this is a guidebook from Thailand. This is some pages from the guidebook for Thailand. Okay, so this is a guidebook for Thailand. Okay, now we are going to read Guide to Thailand. What's the meaning of guide? Excellent. Guide means a book that gives you the most important information about a particular subject. Okay, Bangkok is the capital city for Thailand. إذا هي عاصمة Thailand. Okay, the Grand Palace. هلا the Grand Palace exists in Bangkok, and Bangkok is the capital city in Thailand. Okay, the Grand Palace. Visitors from all around the world are truly amazed. Even from all around the world, okay, are truly amazed. Amazed, adjective, by the beauty and magnificence. Magnificence. طيب تيجي أنا ما بعرف أقرأ هاي الكلمة، كيف بدنا نقرأها؟ طيب أوكي، هلا بورجيكم كيف راح نقرأ هاي الكلمة. أوكي. To read the long words, you should divide it. Magnificence of the richly decorated buildings. إذا إحنا شايفينها richly يعني مزينة، decorated مزينة بثراء وفاحشية، يعني زينوها وأسقوا عليها بسخاء. Building of the Grand Palace. Stunning, dazzling, like a dream. It's a must. Teacher, ليش بين كل الكلمات these words are written between quotations? These are quotations. Why these words are written and these phrases are written between quotation. Why? Because they are reported, because this is not a direct speech, this is a reported speech. يعني كلام منقول، حدا نقله. Comment like these appear repeatedly in online reviews. Written، مين كتبهم؟ By visitors from every continent. شو يعني continent؟ Excellent. قارة يعني قارة أفريقيا، قارة أوروبا، قارة آسيا. Excellent. Asia, Europe, Africa. ها هم القارات. Okay. The palace is one of the sites. إذا هو one of يعني هو واحد من وليس not the only one. Okay, is one of the sites in Bangkok that every tourist كل سائح should see. كل سائح لازم إنه يشوفه. If you only have a little time، عندك القليل من الوقت. So a little time إحنا حكينا little. طيب teacher ليش ما حكينا a few time؟ Excellent. ليش ما حكينا a few time؟ لأنه little time is uncountable. لازم تاخذ little، ما بتاخذ الفيو. In the city make it your first destination. خليها وجهتك الأولى. Your first destination. Now let's listen to the second paragraph. طيب teacher before that who can tell me what are these اللي هي grand palace؟ شو بنسميهم احنا باللغة؟ facts about palace اللي هم بيكونوا مكتوبين بلون غامق واغمق من الخطوط الثانية. حكينا هاي اسمهم headings. شو اسمهم؟ headings يعني فرعية، عناوين فرعية. Okay, listen carefully.
Facts about the palace.
The Grand Palace stands majestically on the east bank of the Chao Phraya River. It is a complex of many buildings, and the whole site measures more than 218,400 square meters. It is surrounded by a protective wall which is 1,900 meters long. There are three parts to the palace complex: the outer court, the central court, and the inner court.
Okay, fact about the palace. إذا في عنا حقائق عن هذا البالاس. The Grand Palace stands majestically. شو يعني stand majestically؟ يعني موقعه ومكانه majestically بجمال وبروعة وبذهول. Okay, on the east bank. إذا bank مش معناها بنك، لا، ضفاف النهر إلى على ضفاف النهر الشرقي. Okay, of the Chao Phraya River. إذا هذا الريفر شو اسمه؟ Chao Phraya. It is a complex of many buildings. طيب إذا هاي الجراند بالاس هو مش قصر واحد، هو is a complex of many buildings. A complex of many buildings. So this palace is a complex of many buildings. هو عبارة عن مباني كثيرة. And the whole site measures. إذا الموقع كامل شوفوا قديش كبير. The whole site measures from more than 218,400 square meters. إذا مساحته شوفوا قديش كبيرة. It is surrounded. إذا هو محاط ب surrounded، محاط by a protective wall. إذا هو محاط بحائط للحماية. تمام؟ Protective wall which is 1,900 meters long. إذا تخيلوا قديش طوله 1,900 meters long. There are three parts of the palace complex. إذا في عنا how many parts for this palace? We have three parts. The outer court. إذا القاعة الخارجية. court معناها قاعة. outer خارجي. The central court. Okay.
History.
The central court.
The Grand Palace was built by King Rama I in 1782. At first, it was a group of traditional wooden buildings which the king used for his residence and his administration offices. More buildings have been added gradually over the centuries. The Grand Palace is no longer the permanent home of the kings of Thailand, but many buildings are used for government offices or for important occasions and ceremonies. The palace remains uniquely important to the people of Thailand.
Okay, so history. Now we are going to talk about history. History حكينا كلمة history هي الهيدي. إذا إحنا هاي الفقرة بنعرف إنها talk about the history of this palace. The Grand Palace was built by King Rama I. إذا مين بناه؟ King Rama الأول in 1782. At first it was a group of إذا هو في البداية كان at first it was a group of traditional wooden building. هو عبارة عن مباني مصنوعة من الخشب traditional wooden buildings which the king used for his residence. إذا استخدموا لإيش؟ لإقامته to stay in his home. okay, and his administration offices. شو يعني administration offices؟ يعني إدارة للحكم للoffices اللي هن المكاتب. okay, more buildings have been added. إذا more buildings يعني أيضا مباني أخرى have been added. شوفوا لي هاي القاعدة اللي هون عندنا يا تيتشر، خلينا نحط عليها خط. have plus been plus verb 3 اللي هو added. okay, have plus been plus verb 3 gradually over centuries عبر القرون. قرون يعني ما كان من أول من بنى هذا القصر كانوا عدة مباني، لا هو كان عبارة عن كم من مبنى، ممكن مبنيين أو ثلاثة، وبعدين صار كل قرن مثلا كل فترة كل 100 سنة كل 60 سنة كل 500 سنة ينضاف كمان مبنى أو مبنيين. okay, the Grand Palace is no longer the permanent home of the king. إذا now it's no longer يعني مش يعني ليس الآن، هو الآن مش not longer the permanent. شو يعني permanent؟ هي the opposite so the opposite of impermanent اللي هي غير دائم. okay, permanent دائم، هو مش منزله الدائم. okay, home of the kings of Thailand. إذا هو ليس منزل الملك of Thailand. but many buildings are used for government offices. ولكن but مدام أنا عندي but إذا هاي بدها تكون عكس الجملة الأولى. many buildings are used for government offices or for important occasions يعني للمناسبات المهمة and ceremonies الاحتفالات. okay, مثلا الاحتفال الوطني national days whatever. the palace remains يعني احتفظ وبقي uniquely is adverb important to the people of Thailand. إذا هو ما زال وسيبقى very important to the people of Thailand. okay, let's move to the third paragraph.
Architecture.
Golden towers and colourful steep roofs rise impressively above the palace walls. Architectural styles include Thai, with other features from China, Cambodia and Europe. King Rama I encouraged Thai culture and literature. He told his architects to decorate his palace walls lavishly with scenes from the Thai story, the Ramakien. These remarkable murals can be seen on some of the oldest buildings in the outer court of the palace. Statues representing legendary creatures stand fiercely on guard at entrances and adorn facades, terraces and staircases.
okay, إذا architecture. شو يعني architecture؟ what's the meaning of architecture؟ الهندسة المعمارية لهذا البلد. golden towers. so I'm describing these towers is golden. so golden is adjective. golden towers and colorful ملون. steep اللي هي بتكون هيك منحدر. okay, منحدر. steep roofs rise impressively. إذا rise ترتفع impressively يعني impressively هون teacher بدنا نحطها إنه هي adverb. okay, adverb above the palace walls. إذا هو فوق palace walls. architectural. شوفوا هون architectural. في عندي هاي وفي عندي هاي. اوكي، هلا انا شو الواجب اللي عليكم؟ بدكم تعرفوا لي each one of them which part of speech is it. بدكم تطلعوا لي هاي ايش، noun ولا verb، هاي noun ولا verb ولا adjective، هاي noun ولا verb ولا adjective ولا adverb. بدكم تطلعوا لي اياها. اوكي. Architectural styles include tie. إذا الستايل النمط اللي مستخدمينه في هندسة هاي القصر includes tie. okay, with all the other features from China. إذا هم استخدموا الستايل كان from Thai, other features from China, Cambodia and Europe. يعني كان الديزاين أو الستايل تاعهم China, Cambodia, Thai and Europe. King Rama I encouraged Thai culture. كان يشجع ويدعم الثقافة culture، ثقافة Thai. okay, and literature وأدبهم. He told his architects اللي هم المهندسين to decorate his palace walls lavishly. اوكي، هو كان tell me what's the meaning في lavishly؟ richly. yes, richly. إذا أنا طلب إنه إيش؟ إنه يصور، إنه يزين الوول، the palace walls lavishly, richly. شو يعني lavishly؟ richly with scenes from the Thai story. إذا بدهم من لقطات أو من أحداث from the Thai story، من القصة المشهورة فيها في تاي. راما اوكي. طيب شو هاي teacher epic، هاي ملحمة. اوكي، هاي ملحمة، قصة ملحمة epic اسمها ملحمة بتعود لتاي. اوكي. These remarkable murals. إذا شو يعني murals؟ اوكي، هم لوحة جدارية. تعرفوا اللوحة اللي بتكون اللي على قد الحيط، لوحة جدارية. اوكي. can be seen on some of the oldest buildings. بس انه ممكن تشوفها على oldest building in the outer court of the palace. statues. إذا هون هلا بلشنا نحكي عن statues اللي هم هاي الأشياء، اللي هم الأشكال، هاي المجسمات. statues representing legendary. إذا يتم تقديمها legendary. شو يعني legendary؟ أسطوري، بطريقة أسطورية. legendary is it a verb or a noun? yes, excellent, it is adjective. لأني I'm describing the statues. Statues representing legendary creatures. إذا I'm describing these creatures اللي هن الكائنات الحية اللي إحنا مش عارفين شو هي، مخلوقات. stand furiously، بغضب وبعنف on guard at entrance. إذا على الحارس at entrances and adorn facades, terraces and staircases. إذا هو قاعد على مدخل adorn and staircases and terraces. إذا adorn شو يعني adorn؟ decorated يعني بزين. الفسيد اللي هي الواجهة، يعني واجهة القصر، واجهة المبنى. terraces اللي هي بتعرفوا انتوا لما تطلعوا على الدرج بتكون في هيك درجة كبيرة، ماشي، بعدين بيكون فيها درجات صغار. اوكي. اذا التيرسز هاي اللي هي الدرجة الكبيرة and staircases اللي هي الدرجات. اوكي.
Staircases. Important buildings in the palace complex.
This building in the central court was first a royal residence. Now it is used for royal ceremonies. This building was a royal residence for nearly 50 years, and foreign guests were received here. Now it is a great hall for state occasions. This is one of the oldest buildings in the palace complex, and is built in an ancient architectural style. This building has 8 towers, each one a different color.
Okay, now we are going to talk about important buildings in the palace complex. طبعا هو حكينا انه فيه عدة مباني. احنا now we are going to talk about the most important buildings. Okay, this is the building in the central court. إذا في القاعة الرئيسية أو القاعة الأساسية. Okay. إذا هو في القاعة الأساسية. Was first a royal residence. إذا هو كان في بالأول was a royal residence يعني إقامة ملكية. Now it is used for royal ceremonies. إذا هو الآن مستخدم فقط للرويال ceremonies يعني الاحتفالات الملكية. Now this building was a royal residence for nearly 50 years. كان لمدة 50 years. 50 teacher انتبهوا 50 يعني 50 وليس 15 50 years. And foreign guests were received here. received foreign guests ضيوف foreign غرباء أو يعني أجانب were received here. تم استقبالهم في هذا المبنى. Now it is a great hall for state occasions. Now هو a great hall for state occasions للمناسبات والمناسبات الدولية. This is one of the oldest. Now we are going to talk about this building. Okay, this is one of the oldest buildings in the palace complex. هو من أقدم oldest. Okay, هون عندي superlative palace in the palace complex and is built in an ancient architectural style. إذا هو انبنى in an ancient architectural style بنمط قديم.
This building has 8 towers, each one a different color with its own special meaning. There are many other buildings to see in the outer court and central court, including libraries and galleries with murals showing historic events and battles. In the past, the inner court was the residence of the Queen, the royal children, and their servants. It is not possible to visit this part of the palace. The Grand Palace is open every day from 8:30 to 15:30.
Tips from international visitors. Go by boat.
The Riverboat Express stops a short walk away. You get a great view of the palace from the river. Isabella, Argentina.
Okay, now this building has 8 towers, each one a different color. إذا في عندهم 8 towers وكل tower في له لون مختلف color with its own special meaning. يعني كل tower له معنى مختلف. There are many other buildings to see in the outer court. في مباني أخرى يمكنك تشوفيها من outer court. And the central court including libraries and galleries. إذا حكينا إنه الcentral court including libraries اللي هن المكاتب والgalleries المعارض with murals showing historic events. إذا تعرض historic events أحداث تاريخية تاريخية and battles معارك in the past. The inner court was the residence of the queen. كانت المنزل والإقامة for the queen, the royal children and their servant وخدمهم. It's not possible to visit this part of the palace. كان مستحيل إنك تزور هذا القسم من البالاس. The Grand Palace is open every day from 8:30 till 15:30. إذا كل يوم تفتح. هلا عندنا tips from the international visitors. عندنا نصائح من visitors international. مثلا أول وحدة اللي هي إيزابيلا أرجنتينا حكت the river go by boat روح بالقارب. مدام إحنا حكي عندنا this is reported speech إذا بدنا نحط quotation. انتبهوا يا مس quotation. The river boat express stops a short walk away. You get a great view of the palace from the river. يعني هي برأيها إنه روح عن طريق البوت بالقارب لأنه أنت بتاخذ كثير نظرة حلوة.
Wear the right clothes.
Shorts and sleeveless tops are not allowed. If you don't have the right clothes, there is a place where you can hire them for your visit, but it's better to have your own. Shirin, Sri Lanka.
Okay, إذا wear the right clothes. Shorts and sleeveless. إذا shorts اللي هم الشورت sleeve كمام less بدون. إذا بدون أكمام tops are not allowed. يعني لازم تكون لابس بلوزة كم. are not allowed. If you don't have the right clothes, there is a place where you can hire them. هاي استعارة تستعيرهم. for your visit but it's better to have your own. بس الأفضل إنه to have your own. شيرين سريلانكا، هي من وين؟ من سريلانكا، يعني في عنا من أرجنتينا وعنا من سريلانكا.
Take an umbrella. It will either pour with rain or the sun will burn you, so you'll need it whenever you go. Kira, UK.
Okay, so now this one said take يعني خذ an umbrella. It will either pour with rain يعني راح تمطر عليك بغزارة or the sun will burn you راح الشمس تحقرك. So you'll need it whenever you go. Kyra, UK.
Plenty of water to drink. You'll be walking a lot and you'll get very hot. Mailing, China.
Okay, plenty of water. حتاخذ الكثير من الماء to drink. You'll be walking a lot and you'll get a very hot. You'll get very hot. مين هاي؟ Mailing, China.
Ignore the tricksters. They wait around for tourists and try to take them to some other place. They want your money. Walk on and don't stop. David, Scotland.
Okay, so ignore the tricksters. مين ال tricksters؟ اللي هم اللي بيسرقوا المصاري واللي الخداعون. Okay. They wait around the tourists. إذا هم بينتظروا حوالين التورست السواح. And they talk what? And they take them to some places. Okay, to some places, to some other place. They want your money. Walk on and don't stop. يعني ضلك ماشي ما توقف. Okay.
A friendly man told us that the Grand Palace was closed. He said that he would take us to a palace that was open. He took us there, but afterwards he wanted us to buy expensive jewels from his friend's shop. Later, we found out that the jewels were fake and the Grand Palace wasn't closed at all. Dan, Canada.
Okay, so this man, he said that a friendly man told us that the Grand Palace was closed. حكى إنه هو مسكر مع إنه هو it doesn't close. Okay, he said that he would take us to a place. He would take us to a place that was open. He took us there, but afterwards بعد وقت he wanted us to buy expensive jewels. يعني اشتروا إيش؟ جواهر غالية from his friend's shop. Later, we found out that the jewels were fake and the Grand Palace wasn't closed at all. يعني تم الضحك عليهم. Don't forget.
Your ticket also admits you to the Vimenmek Mansion Museum, which is near the Grand Palace. It's worth a visit. Tracy, USA.
So don't forget يعني ما تنسى. Your ticket also admits you to the Vimenmek Mansion Museum. إذا بتقدر تروح على هذا المتحف Vimenmek Mansion Museum, which is near the Grand Palace. It's worth to visit. يعني هو بيستحق إنك تزوره. Tracy, USA.
1982 was the 200th year of Bangkok, and the mansion, built by King Rama V as a residence, was repaired. It is now a museum.
Okay, so in 1982 was the 200th year of Bangkok, and the mansion built by King Rama V. هو إذا بناه مين؟ King Rama V. إذا this is King Rama V who built this museum. As a residence was repaired. It's now a museum. يعني هو بناه as a residence. هو بناه as a بيته كأنه بيته بس تم تجديده repaired. Now it's his. Now it is a museum. Now your homework. Answer the following question. Which country is the Grand Palace in? What is the name of the city that it's in? How old is the Grand Palace? What is it used for? What is a good way to approach the palace? يعني شو أفضل طريقة إن نروح؟ بدنا نرد على التبس اللي نصحونا فيهن البنات. Okay? And the last one, which people should visitors avoid? And that's for today. Have a nice day, my great students, and take care of yourself, and goodbye.